مثلما قاومنا الطغيان سنقف في وجه الاحتلال.
This is Hevrin Khalaf, a 34-year-old Syrian Kurdish political leader. As the Secretary-General of the Future Syria Party, she campaigned in Arab areas as well as Kurdish ones, looking for all ethnicities to work together. She was also a vocal opponent to Turkey's operation in northeast Syria, calling it an occupation. But on the 12th of October, she was silenced. Video emerged of her bullet-ridden car on the side of Syria's M4 motorway. Ahrar al-Shakir, a faction which fights for the opposition group known as the Syrian National Army, backed by Turkey, was blamed. But they denied having any responsibility for the death of Hevrin. BBC News Arabic has used open-source journalism techniques and spoken exclusively to a witness to find out what happened.
افتقدتها كأخت كرفيقة وافتقدتها كقيادية لي ولأصدقائي في العمل. افتقدنا امرأة قيادية أرادت أن تعمل على تمكين النساء، عملت على أخوة الشعوب، عملت على السلام.
Nubaha Mustafa and Hevrin Khalaf were old friends. They also worked together at the Future Syria Party. Every day Nubaha travels the same routes as Hevrin, campaigning for the party.
لابد أن نصل إلى هذه النهاية بحياتنا، بس بيضل هيك في حسرة بقلبنا لو ما طلعت بتلك الساعة، لو ما كانت مقررة تجي على الرقة.
On the 12th of October, Hevrin Khalaf set off from Hasaka around 5:30 a.m. with her driver, heading west on the M4 motorway for the 3-hour drive to her party headquarters in Raqqa. Earlier that morning, eyewitnesses report that a military convoy was seen crossing into Syria from Turkey. The convoy was part of the Syrian National Army, the SNA. Not to be confused with the army of President Bashar al-Assad's central government, the SNA is an umbrella group of 41 factions and more than 70,000 soldiers, formed by Turkey in 2019. They've been fighting Kurdish forces in northeastern Syria since the US forces pulled out, and Turkey launched a military operation there in October 2019. Turkey trains and arms these factions. Then they're sent to the Syrian border to join the offensive against the Kurds, as shown in this footage obtained by the BBC. Their convoys cheered on as they make their way to the front line. The SNA faction that crossed the border on the morning of the 12th of October and made its advance to the M4 motorway was Ahrar al-Shakir.
اللحظات الأولى وصول مجاهدين الحرة الشرقية إلى استراد الحسكة منبج.
This video, filmed by an Ahrar al-Shakir fighter, shows the sun has just risen, putting the time between 6:30 and 7 a.m. Videos shared on the encrypted messaging app Telegram show them arresting people and then executing one person on the road after taking over a checkpoint. On a satellite image, we've been able to identify these features, which are also in the background of the videos: a concrete barrier, this raised area, this telegraph pole, and a dirt road, enabling us to locate the videos to this point on the M4. This is the Tir Wazir checkpoint. This means that Ahrar al-Shakir were killing people trying to pass through the very same checkpoint Hevrin Khalaf was travelling towards at that time. So what happened when her car approached the Tir Wazir checkpoint? The car was shot at, blowing out its tyres. Most of the bullet holes are on the left-hand side of the car. We've geolocated Hevrin's car to here, off the main road near the checkpoint. The SNA faction Ahrar al-Shakir told BBC News Arabic that a number of their fighters were at the Tir Wazir checkpoint that day, and that they opened fire at a car they claimed did not stop. They also added that they didn't target Hevrin Khalaf specifically and do not know how she was killed, but our evidence tells a different story. This video shows Ahrar al-Shakir fighters surrounding Hevrin's car. There's a dead body on the floor, believed to be her driver, Fahad Ramadan. It's at this point we hear a faint female voice coming from inside the car. We've amplified the sound so you can hear it. We showed the video to Hevrin's mother.
دنگها فينا من 5000 إنسان ده بأذى نازبته دم من دنگها فينا خاكر أو هو فيتيا الدنيا حتى برتوي محساسي من تبي ومعناتها إنسانية الدنيا ده تنين.
It appears that Hevrin Khalaf was alive and able to identify herself to the fighters when her car was stopped. There is also further evidence that she did not die inside the car. The windows of Hevrin's car were bulletproof. Most of them stayed intact, protecting the passengers inside. A farmer who has spoken exclusively to the BBC and asked us to conceal his identity was travelling nearby when the faction took over the checkpoint.
تقريبا الساعة 7:30 انسحب الفصيل بدون أي انسحبوا حافل الجثث. كان يعني منظر بشع. لقيت البنت عند الجيب. أول شيء البنت كانت تبعد عن السيارة 5 أمتار تقريبا، فقربت على الوجه لما أشاهد وجهها وكانت رجلها أظن أنه ملوية يعني لوي مكسورة.
The farmer found 9 bodies at the Tirwazir checkpoint.
رفض القرين واحد يشيل معي يعني انه يخافون تعرف انت من التصفيات والامور هذه.
At 12 p.m, the body of Hevrin, along with the bodies of 3 other people, were delivered to Malahia Military Hospital. This medical report states that Hevrin Khalaf was shot more than 20 times. Both her legs were broken and she was subjected to severe physical assault, leading us to conclude that Hevrin was dragged from the car alive, physically attacked and executed outside the car by Ahra al-Shakir fighters. In a statement, Ahra al-Shakir told the BBC,
"The group that set up the roadblock on the M4 that day did so without permission. Those who violated orders from leadership have been sent for trial. We repeat that we have nothing to do with the killing of Hevrin Khalaf."
The Turkish government, who back the SNA group, have not responded to BBC requests for comment.
ألم الشهادة ألمه كتير كبير، فما بالك لما تعرف الطريقة التي استشهدت بها رفيقة هافرين. سوريا دائما تبحث عن شخصيات ورموز قادرة أن تقوم بدورها الريادي في هذه الأزمة. الرفيقة هافرين كانت تعمل على هذا المجال. فقدانها أيضا كان خسارة للسوريين، أنها فقدت من أعظم رموزها.
Since the start of the Turkish military offensive in northern Syria, Turkey's President Tayyip Erdogan has maintained that the military operation was needed to stop terrorism and to secure peace. Hevrin is one of hundreds of people killed since the US troops withdrew in October, leaving a vacuum in which the Turkey-backed SNA group and factions within it like Ahra al-Shakir can operate with impunity.
يعني أسحسهم كسم من في دنيا نما لأما ساعتها هفرنا من جنازة هات جنة كردا ولدين كاتش آنين نبي هفرنا مراكرن هي هفرنا من ندا كاتيجوري أزد بيجن هفرنا من الزحف بنا وهفرنا من الزحف ببن